Have all these new people. They're going to be cleaning from home. Been here less than a month, getting ready to transition. Still have a few weeks left over. And on this side of the table, we have two cleaners who have been doing this, and I want to introduce them. On the right is Tanya Hardy. Has been with us for 4 years. This past August, yay! You can clap. It's okay. Good clap. Yay! Tanya's been a team leader the entire time at It's Maid Day. Actually transitioned from being a team leader in Duluth and moved over here, and then has been team leader here for several years. Tanya's been cleaning on her own in the official capacity for about a month. Connie has been with us for 4 months next week, so less than 4 months, and has been cleaning on her own for 3 months. She was our first person cleaning every day by themselves. So she actually started out reporting to the office every day, driving a company car, but cleaning on her own. Okay. So, how are you doing? First question, I've got a lot of them here. How are you doing on your time cleaning houses on your own? So we'll start with you. How are you doing your time?
I'm doing good on my time. I know that once they get to a certain, how big they are, like 4,000 square foot houses, it's a little bit more challenging because they're a lot bigger, and especially if they're more dirtier, then it takes a little bit more time to clean.
But you're still getting out on time according to
yeah.
But there's just more house to clean, bigger house, more house to clean. But
it becomes more of a challenge to do just those houses. The smaller houses are easy, but the bigger ones, I think it's just the transferring, like the moving from one task to another, like making sure you're doing everything correctly, because they're so big that you just
we're going to come back to that. I agree. Connie, now, if I don't mind putting you on the spot, you struggled a little bit in your time at first. What was your turning point? Because it seems like, I know you're still, it's a challenge.
The more I do a certain house, I get familiar with it and I get faster in it. If I go to a house that I haven't been to before, it takes me a little bit. So I sometimes go over, and also depends on the pet hairness, because I'm one of those that thinks I have to get it all.
Well, good. I like those people. Good. And it goes to my next question, which you've already kind of talked about. Do you find it easier, harder, or about the same cleaning a house on your own compared to cleaning on a team?
I find it easier to clean on my own because I can check my work better. Like, I'm the only one doing it, so I'm able to focus on each task that I have to do, and I don't have to worry about what somebody else is doing or not doing. So I find it actually easier to do.
Now you as a team leader who's worked running a team and lots of partners, lots of partners, you have an interesting perspective on, as most people do that are a team leader for a while, they're like, is the stress level less too?
Yeah, it's a lot. And plus, like, the customers have more confidence in you. Like, my customers have more confidence in me. Like, oh, I know you're going to do a good job.
They actually say that?
Yeah. So it makes me like, oh, okay, I know I can do this.
Or the pressure's on. Oh, no, I can't blame my partner. Nope, I can see that 100%. Compare cleaning a house on your own versus a team. So now this has to do with the instructions. So the instructions are, it's in our training. We didn't really, for both of you, sit you down and go, let's talk about it again about how to clean a house. But the instructions are, clean one floor at a time, starting with the master bathroom. Always finish on the main floor so you can mop out. If there is a basement, clean that floor first, since it's typically the easiest floor. Are you doing it that way, or are you doing it differently?
Yeah, I do it that way. If there's no basement, I'll go upstairs and do the master, and then do that whole floor, and then go down to the main floor. And if there's a basement, I'll do that, and then go upstairs and then to the main floor.
So you're taking your high dusting pole upstairs, taking literally everything upstairs. So you're high dusting the whole upstairs only. So you're literally doing one floor at a time.
Yeah. It's easier that way because then you don't have to go back up there and like vacuum.
When you're done, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
So you're vacuuming. Do you take everything up at one time or as you need it?
So it's funny because like I take it in sections. Like I'll go and get the trash and go upstairs and take so much upstairs with me as I go to get the trash. And then when I'm coming down to collect the trash on the main level, I'll also take, when I go back up after I'm done collecting the trash, I'll take whatever's left and go back
Smart.
up there. So I kind of just work myself like a different like each technique.
Smart. How about you, Connie? Any differently?
I do the basement first, and I go upstairs, and then the main floor. And I do my high dusting on all floors before I start, because I do it while I'm collecting trash.
Okay, so you're collecting the entire house. You're walking the house, and there's some advantage to that because then you can kind of know what's ahead of you, especially if it's a new house. You're like, oh, let's just see what we got, and then you walk the house and collect it.
That helps me, since I'm doing all the high dust. It helps me kind of see what's in there and what rooms I have.
Yeah, interesting. We haven't had any complaints. Both of you were good cleaners before you went solo. Tanya had been one of our best cleaners, has been, for the entire 4 years she's been here. Connie's gotten loads of review bonuses from customers. But do you think, you can clap again on that. Yay! Do you think the quality of your cleaning is better? And you kind of talked about it, Tanya, a little bit, or about the same cleaning on your own. Do you think your quality is a little bit higher? Because I guess it's all on you, so, but what do you think?
I mean, I think it would probably be better because you can actually like check corners a little bit more, where before you weren't really probably checking them as much, you know, with a partner. You're able to, if you got in a corner of a room or
especially
not.
if you're checking their work.
Yeah.
You can't really check everything.
Yeah.
But when you clean the whole house, you are doing everything, so you can check it. Connie, any comments on that?
Same thing, basically, because when I had a partner, I would taking the shot overview. It wouldn't be detail, and I missed a few things.
Yeah. Are you spending more time talking with customers or about the same?
I think customers like to talk to me more.
Yeah, more so than before. I'm not talking about the customer in general. The difference between you being a team leader with a team in there versus you by yourself. Are they yapping more?
Well, not to the point I can't do my work, but more like confidence because they know that I'm going to be there. Like I have a few that I've done before, prior, and I'm still doing them now. So they're more confident. Like, so they'll just randomly talk to me about like their life or something.
Yeah, right. Is that good or bad? That can be a little bit of both sometimes.
If it lingers for a long time, it can be bad. Yeah. But if it's not,
do you find it substantially more though? Do you find like they've really? No, it's just you. And I mean, they really tell you the whole story. Anything like that? Are you finding that's much longer? Or about the same? Because yappers are yappers.
About the same. It's probably about the same, but it's more, I think, more confidence they have.
Yeah, I get it. I thought about if your total day of customer talking, if you're doing 10 minutes on average per customer per house, right? 4 houses a day. Team leader, you're the one talking to them. That's 40 minutes. If it's about the same amount of time, 10 minutes, let's just say it is, times 2 customers a day, because you're only cleaning 2 houses a day, that's only 20 minutes. So you cut 20 minutes of yap out. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Unless you like to yap, which I don't mind yapping. I'm a yapper.
I usually try to work while they're yapping at the same time.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to go over here and do this. So.
We predict that customers for solo cleaners will tip and more and post reviews more at a higher rate than team cleaning, just because they see it's just you and only you. Even if you're not there, you're leaving the quality checklist with your name on it. They see that over and over again. It's only been a month for you, and if you didn't really have much of a prior comparison because you went solo about a month in. Do you think that the tips have been bigger? Is it too early to tell? Have you seen that? Because Connie, you get a bunch of reviews.
I think the tips for me are more because I've done the houses as a team and they didn't tip, but when it's just me, they have tipped.
Interesting. That's right. That's what I predicted would be. It would increase to some degree.
Yeah, I did have a customer that didn't normally tip, and they did tip me.
Okay. For real? You're like, what's this?
Yeah.
How
it was
about
just
that?
one, but I mean, it was an eye opener. I was like,
wow.
Surprising.
So let me ask you this, and this was not written down. Do you concern about safety at all? Do you get a little more concerned about that?
I do lock the doors. Because I feel like I am by myself. So like I'll make sure the garage door is shut or the doors are locked. Just because I don't know, I can't hear necessarily who walks in because there's nobody downstairs at the time. So I do tend to lock everything up.
Well, our instructions for even teens is to lock the door. But when you're by yourself, you make sure that door is locked probably more so, even if you're in a good neighborhood. Do you like you starting your day about 45 minutes later because you don't have to come to the office 4 days a week? Are you seeing a difference with that?
I do.
You like that? Look at that smile. That's genuine. There's no faking that. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, you can get a little bit more sleep in if you need it, and then yeah.
More time getting your kids out the door if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? How about you? You're probably early rise anyway.
Extra hour sleep.
Extra hour sleep, yeah. Have you noticed you getting home any earlier? I mean, because I would think that almost feel neutral. Because you guys got home early anyway, because you guys were both efficient cleaners, and you got home a little early, even on teams sometimes. But have you seen any difference there?
Some of them are scheduled till like later, like in the 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock afternoon, and it's about a 4 hour. Some of them will be a 4 hour house, so you might get out maybe like 3:30, but not real early.
Right.
Just
Okay. Maybe just a little bit. But that's that morning I thought was where you'd really feel it, or see it. How's doing laundry from home? Has that been a chore? Has that gotten in the way with personal laundry?
Not me.
How many loads are you doing? You said you're doing it like every other day, twice
I've
a
always
week?
been fanatic on keeping my clothes washed. I wash every day anyway. So, yeah, I wash every day. I mean, it didn't change anything.
Really? Not much?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I wash every day too. So.
Where are you storing all your It's Maid Day cleaning stuff in the house? Where'd you find
So
spot?
I have a spare bedroom that has a closet. It's an actual big closet, and that's where I store everything in.
So is that upstairs? You have to take it inside and upstairs?
No, my house is
No.
one level. My house is one level, but I can imagine if you had to go upstairs, that would probably be
I found a
terrible.
different spot.
Yeah, but mine's all one level, so it's fairly easy to just.
How about you, Connie?
I have a closet that I have a 2-story. When you walk in from the garage, I have a closet to the left, so it's right there by the garage, and that's where I keep everything.
Cool. Have we given you enough inventory? I know we're still kind of figuring this out. Enough inventory a week? Have you run low? Do you feel like we're giving you too much? How's the inventory that we've been giving you? And you guys coming in and getting your filling up again. Tell us how that all inventory's been working out. Pretty good? No events?
I'm doing good.
No events?
Yeah. That's
Okay. You almost thought, I think, Connie, you said you thought we gave you almost too much stuff.
I thought we had too many green rags, yes.
Yeah.
But, I'm keeping them anyway in case I need them, because you never know.
Yeah. Have you had to come clean a team? Because I know our policy is if we're going to fill up your schedule, and if need be, we may have to have you go meet up with a team, even though we're going to limit that to 2 houses a day. Have you had to do that yet?
I haven't.
Have you had a last minute house change? I think you've had that, haven't you?
Oh, many times.
Yeah, so it wasn't on your schedule, but they did.
In fact, one time I had my first house change, and I was already at the first house that originally
Oh,
was
no,
mine.
I know.
Then I got the call, hey, your house changed, which was no big deal.
Well, it's kind of a big deal. I wish we could have prevented that.
I think the customer canceled at the last minute.
That can happen. Dang it. Nothing else. Okay. Melissa? Do you miss cleaning with somebody you can talk to today? You get a little lonely? Is it in the comparison?
It's funny because my husband checks on me when I get to the house.
Is
And when
that
I
right?
get to my second house, he's like, are you okay? Did you
How about
make
that?
it? So I kind of have somebody that looks after me to make
Yeah.
sure I get where I need to go. But I do miss having, like, sometimes a partner just to,
That house is jacked up. Yeah. Okay. So overall, do you prefer cleaning from home versus on a team?
I do. I like it. It seems peaceful too, because there's some moments where you are you're driving around and you don't have to worry about somebody else or their issues that might be going on in their house or something. So
Less burdensome.
Yeah, it's a little bit peaceful and more relaxing, I think.
Yeah. How about you, Connie?
It's almost like having your own business. I
Isn't
kind
it?
of like it, yeah.
Yeah. You have that feeling. I think that people cleaning from home will bond and feel a greater responsibility to that customer, because it is you, and the customers get to know you a little bit better. And I think it really is kind of now there's not to poo-poo team cleaning, because team cleaning has a bunch of unique advantages for sure. Like the challenge we have for individuals is house can't be too small and it can't be too big. It really is not 100% of our customer base, because we have, our goal is to get you at least a 3-hour job. Well, that's an hour and a half on a team of 2. We have some hour and 15s. They're out, a lot of them. And then we don't want to do anything more than 4 hours, which is normally a 2-hour customer, right? And we have quite a few that are 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So it's truly, I don't think it's going to replace 100% of our business, but I think that the customers who have the individuals, I think it's just a gigantic win-win. So we're pretty excited about that. So now that you've heard it right from the horse's mouth, I didn't write it down saying this came from Bruce, the truth stretcher, no spinning going on here. Do you have any questions for them? You can look at them and ask any questions. Haley, I know you got a million questions.
I don't really have a million questions. I really love everything that y'all said because I was thinking along the way, like I was really listening. Just kind of going like what, because I've cleaned before in the past, but
Well, you had your own business.
I completely agree with everything that y'all said. Like the whole thing about the checking, even just like as I've been on like the teams, I've gone around just trying to make sure I've got your system down and exactly I'm doing it in order, and and I've learned things and it's been amazing. I'm like, well, why in the world was I doing it this way before?
Yeah.
I'm like, never even
We've got a pretty good
that,
system, pretty efficient.
But when my biggest thing is like when I was going around just making sure, it's like, okay, did y'all get this rug? I was just asking questions and stuff. I was seeing things that weren't done, and I was like, am I supposed to touch that? Am I not supposed to? So with what you said about knowing that you saw it, did it, I would think that confidence. And then also you were about the talking with the customers, I agree on that too. Like, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to be dusting this, it's like, you can't just stop them.
No
kind
way.
of be like professional about it.
Yeah.
But,
And trying to give them a hint.
And
little.
it's kind of like, I'd love to hear more about you.
Yes, I do. For real. You'd love to.
While your hair's falling out, but I got
clock's
to go
ticking.
clean it up in the bathroom.
Clock's ticking.
And then to think about how that time adds up, 20 minutes, and then you get 40 minutes a day. I get that. It's like you have to be really mindful, but at the same time, I think those tips are coming through because you're building that relationship.
Absolutely.
And I don't think at that point, once you've built that, that's when they start to get upset and say, oh, well, where is she? Because one day you're going to be sick or something's going to happen. And that just shows that they really appreciate. And I just think that they'll stick with it's Maid Day.
I think so too.
And so I just think that the quality of the relationships, the work and everything.
Good.
Individually, it just seems like it.
I think so too. Any questions? Any other?
No, I don't think so. It all just kind of solidifies my feeling that I had about it before and how exciting it is to be able to just work for yourself. But kind of like you said, it's just like running your own business.
Sure is.
Yeah, it just makes me want to get started even more.
Right. You got only a couple of weeks away. That's the real deal. It's only a couple of weeks away. So, ladies, thanks so much for letting me put you on the spot and to always get candid feedback from you guys. Both, you've never been bashful about what's on your mind, so I appreciate you sharing it. And as we continue to experience this, if anything of interest, positive, negative, concerns, questions, me, especially you've been with me years and years, you'll know that it's about let's see what we can do to make it better. So thank you very much.
Yeah.